Alright, welcome back. We are going to go through one of those doors that we unlocked earlier. Or have enough cubes now to unlock. One of them in particular has something we need. So that's the 4-cube door. We aren't going to go there quite yet. There's our 8-cube door. This is where the white women at. Pretty cool bit of atmosphere. I rather like the music. It is a little bit dark, which can be kind of off-putting when you're trying to navigate some areas, but it is not a big deal. A cube room with some showers, not a whole lot here yet. Oh! Gotta be careful when you're rotating stuff. Now let's go in here. Okay, so this room is like way important to one of the puzzles, so if I remember and I'm not a goof, I'm going to put an annotation with some form of link or something, or you can just skip ahead in the video to where I am not in this room, because this has a solution to a very important puzzle that we are going to use a whole bunch. So I will explain it very quickly. If you are playing through on your own and don't want this all just explained to you black and white, skip ahead. I will see you there. Alright, that should be enough time. Okay, so this puzzle, used all over the place. It's one of the codes in the game. There are a few of them, and this one is kind of used as an input code a lot of times. So you might have seen those squiggly line dudes hanging out now and again, like the kind of stacks that look like almost like a stack of Tetris pieces straight up and down, like someone who is very bad at Tetris. Okay, so that's on the right. On the left of there, you'll see it's broken up into multiple parts. That's kind of our first clue, showing that those are independent symbols. And on top of that, it shows that there are... I don't think this one actually shows... No, it does. Yeah, it shows that there are 7 symbols, kind of independently. And they're broken up that way into those symbols. And then the big clue here is that it is then taken and rotated in such a way that if you were just kind of like looking at it, you would turn your head, you'd tilt it 90 degrees to the right to read it. Now, I don't know if everyone is immediately supposed to get this puzzle, or if there's another thing later on that you can use to also help, but I just kind of noticed when I was first playing through, like, oh, there's 7 symbols, and then you got, left, right, up, down, jump, and then left rotate and right rotate, and that is kind of it. That is kind of all you have. And, I mean, the little, kind of like the T pieces look like they've got, up, down, left, right, or whatever. I don't even know what those pieces are called, like the S's and the backwards S's that everyone hates. There's 2 of those, so that's kind of rotate left, rotate right, and the square is just, a hop. So, according to the board, then it would be up, left, rotate right, jump, rotate left, right, jump, down! And boop boop boop. Our first nega cube. Or anti-cube. My bad. Blew through that text a little bit, but essentially just saying, and I'm going to explain once I get out here for the people who skipped. Okay. So I got an anti-cube, and what those are. Oh, wrong menu. What those are is they count essentially the same as the regular cubes, for all intents and purposes. The only major difference being they're pretty hard to get. They are generally the ones that are more related to puzzles. As you could see by us getting our first one there. They require a lot more thought. The regular cubes, for the most part, are just, oh, hey, you know, you explored, you opened up a door, you found a thing. The anti-cubes, rather, are a lot more puzzle-based, and they are a good deal trickier. And they are kind of my favorite. They're pretty great. So that was our first one. And now that we know how to use that, the thing we just discovered that I can't go into too great a detail for anyone who hasn't played yet and is enjoying this incredible game. There's a lot of times we're going to use that. It is really nice. It's a really good thing to know. In fact, if you are looking up directly above us, you might notice another one of those. And so you might want to, you know, turn your head for a second if you don't want to know what I'm doing. So just turn away, I'll tell you when you can look back. Oh, wait, actually. Okay, so this big door here, it is here right now. I believe it only shows up at night. So we're going to do this first, because this is the best. Again, use that thing we just found out in that classroom to do this. And I'm going to run back up and actually unlock that other door, or do the other thing. I believe it's a door unlock real quick before we go into that. And I just have to make sure I can actually read, which is a, you know, that's asking a lot. Let's see if I can remember what I believe it is this. There we go. Okay. And again, that is using what we picked up in the classroom. Like I said, that is a really important thing to have. It helps you out a whole bunch. Also, Owl Buddy. We'll come back for Owl Buddy a little later. Oh, there's a cube behind there. You can trust me on that one. Alright, everybody, this next part is just the bee's knees. So, I'm gonna shut my stupid mouth through this next section, and we can talk about it here in a minute, but I'm not ruining this. Alright, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna open my dumb face for a second. And again, this is a part that, just don't listen to my face, or don't listen here for a second if you don't wanna know what's going on here. This is another really neat puzzle. I believe Dot gives you a hint on one of these later. And if the sound comes through as stereo on YouTube, I cannot remember. You will be able to hear it in stereo for a hint. Okay. So the really cool thing about this, and I believe they added the stereo for the PC version, because not everyone has a rumble controller, but since this was a 360 game originally, you've got, you know, a left rumble motor and a right rumble motor, so you can kind of feel in your hands it wiggling left and right. And so, in this case, it is left, right, 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 left, right, right. Oh gosh, no. Oh, I forgot another left. Little short, okay. Whoop whoop. And another anti-cube. But yeah, that cool puzzle. You walk in, you get close, and you just kind of feel your rumble pack shaking, and you're like, the rumble pack hasn't shook yet this whole game! And that's why he uses it for a puzzle, and it's pretty neat. Alright, back to quiet time. Okay, cool, I feel like I can talk again. Oh gosh, sorry, the music, the graphics, everything that goes there, just the visual style, everything in that part is just magical. I did not want to ruin that by talking a whole bunch. It is really good. I really like that part. So, let's actually head back to where we were. Just for a second. Let's go back to that little waterfall area. And hop on over. Whoop, that's not right. Huh. Yeah, these black holes can make navigating get a little tricky. Nothing too terrible at this point. Okay, so about that last super cool area. One thing that I think I don't know if people were like super disappointed by or anything, but I personally was a little bummed out, is if you get the OST for the game, the track on there, it is called Sync, I believe? S-Y-N-C? And unfortunately, the version on there, I mean, it's kind of sensible, but the version on there does not have the beeps and boops that the platforms make. So it's just the background without the boing, dun, dun, boing, that whole deal. It's a little unfortunate, but it is still pretty cool. However, oddly enough, it has the bit for that last room, the one that was all 8 steps all the way up through the major scale, and that, you know, it's a nice touch, and that is just right at the end, but it doesn't have the parts for the first room. People, however, have uploaded on YouTube the in-game version with the platform sounds, and it's great. It is really great. So that's sync. But yeah, that part of the game, just wonderful. One of my favorite sections in this whole game. I really wanted to put it a little bit earlier on, just in case I was losing anybody. Really play this game. I really want you to play it. I would love if you watch this, but please go play FEZ. This game is great. Alright, and so now that we got that waterfall room jumped on through, pop up through here. And what do we got in the chest this time? Half map. Oh, it's just a map. Who cares about maps? Huh. Yeah, this is one of the stranger ones. As you notice, there is a little bit of wiggle code. Good stuff, but it is only half a map. That shape's weird. We won't see that for some time. This will come into play later, though. What really matters about this room and what we did so far is that we lowered the water level. And that is important for a lot of areas. Oh gosh, black holes just showed up everywhere. However, well, kind of lucked out there, didn't fall to my doom. Pop in here now that we've lowered the water level. And I believe... Oh god, okay. This puzzle is a son of a bitch. We are going to come back here later. Take note that 2 of the sides of this big-ass pillar are identical, and then on the other 2 sides are the same. So this is 2 walls of symbols, and then cubes with a bunch of symbols on the ground. And if we talk to Dot, Dot just says, "I forget! You're worthless!" Yeah, this puzzle sucks. It is one of the hardest in the game. We will come back here much, much, much later. Because we do not even... I don't think we have close to enough information to get that done right now. Oh, there's another owl buddy. Oh, dang it. So, take into account owl buddy over here. And let us continue moving through the waterfall area. Oh, jump off the box, duh. Alright. Just having all sorts of trouble. Jump on the door frame, go up here. And it is a bomb. It works like a bomb because it is a video game. However, there is one thing to take note of. If you can't see what is blowing up, it will not blow up. So you actually have to be able to see what is exploding. That is a important thing to take note of. Not quite yet, but very shortly. So while we are here, let us go ahead and get that out of the way too. Ah, let's go in here. Let's climb up a little bit. And you'll notice we're getting an indicator for a cube bit being down there, but I can't see anything. That is kind of your clue. And again, another thing, they introduce game mechanics without just directly telling you. Like, they kind of clue you in that something is here. It is a cracked wall. with a qubit behind it. And again, since the qubits are actually worth a darn, you will actually go out of your way to find it, as opposed to if these were just 1-ups or coins or something in Mario Galaxy 2, in which case you wouldn't care! Whoa. Yeah, sometimes I can cut it a little close with those. Alright, and again we got more cracked walls, as you can see. Now, remember that time I told you if you can't see it, it won't blow up? Huh. Weird. I do really like that effect, though. It looks really damn cool! First time I was doing this, I think I just messed up a bunch on purpose. Alright. So that is the trick here, is make sure whenever it is blowing up around the edge that you flip the camera to make sure that area is exposed. And before we hustle up too much, there's a little bit of area back here. So let's go ahead and... where's that bomb? I'm dumb! Alright, let's go through. Turn the camera so that we are close. Gosh, you see, what happens when you play like some Binding of Isaac or something is you get real nervy about bombs because you don't want to blow yourself up because that is just the worst. And that is always what I'm worried I'm gonna do. And in FEZ it doesn't really matter because death isn't that big of a deal. Alright, so let's take care of this door first. Oh! See what's behind door number 1. Alright, we got a chest going on, so let's start blowing stuff up. Question is, what is the best way to handle this? I would say it is probably... oh no! Oh, I'm terrible! I have no excuse for that. I am just... it's like my FEZ is all buttered up. There we go, much better. Alright, much less embarrassing. And yeah, that's kinda trippy. I dig it. So we make those ladders 1 ladder. Turn it back into less than 1 ladder, turn around, and you get the idea with these perspective ladders. They are not too complicated, and it is... once you get the hang of the first couple ladders, it's really not a big deal. And I just noticed that blinky thing behind here. Where are you at, Blinky? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Gomez. I didn't mean it. Oh, okay, there we go. Much better. And I'll be honest here, on my first run through, I skipped that room, and I'm not sure why. I think I didn't notice it. And that's rad, because it has a key, which we are in sore need of. Okay, wait. How did I just do that? Oh, I didn't get that very last bit. Oh, you jerk. FEZ! Okay, so I didn't catch the very end of the first one, which was actually the opposite of what I was trying to show you. I'll explain that here in a second. Okay. So, what I was going to show you is that if you get only the first half, but not the second, like, tower piece there, the game is kind of cool about that, because it will give you a bomb halfway through, right here as a matter of fact, because if you did mess it up, the pillar only resets for the one continuous piece of geometry. So if you did beef that up otherwise, you'd be kinda boned. And so here we are at the end of this course for a regular cube. Yeah. I think that might be where we're gonna end this part, so see ya in part 4. Later!